Your objective is keeping your stance, keeping your distance, keeping that angle. Okay? So now, when you move, you'll adjust your body. Anytime you move to the right, you're going to push off with your left foot. You push off to the left, you're going to move to the right foot first, pushing off, not stepping over. Okay? I think that's where I confuse a lot of guys. When I tell you to move the opposite foot, I got guys that says, okay, so if I'm going to move to my left, I move my right foot first, and then we're doing this. Okay? And that's not what we're looking to do. You move to the right, you move to your left, pushing off on your right foot. You're going to push off this way. You're not going to push forward because you're actually coming closer to your opponent's offense. Okay? When you move, you want to be cognizant of the distance. Okay? So I can move and change the angle to my advantage without running into his offense. Okay? So when you shoot the jab and you're moving to your left, you're going to move at this distance, coming right back down into the two boxer stance. Okay? It is a habit that is going to be hard for you to break for the most part because most people shoot the jab and they want to fall in behind it. When you're running the jab, when you shoot your jab, push off on your rear foot, step over. That's it. Come that way. There you go. All right? And then you'll come back this way. Shoot it again. A lot of guys are standing right in here. Now you can come forward on him with the right hand. Boom, and step right back out. Create the angle. Force him to fight you here. He can't get his offense. The reason why I do this is because very few fighters, until they are taught, know how to move and punch. They move or punch. They can't do both. It's just not taught. So they'll stand in here and they'll make a spectacular move, but they can't punch until they stop. Okay? And you see it all the time. And man, you see the commentators marvel on this guy's footwork. He's sitting in here and he did this. And they're like, oh man, look at his footwork. He can't do a doggone thing from here. All right? When you sit down on your stance here and you keep the balance, like I was saying, the separation of the duties. Let my feet do the movement and my hands do the punching. So if I'm standing in here and I decide to move, I can move and punch at the same time. I don't have to finish moving, start punching. Finish moving and start punching. Okay? Concentrate on keeping the balance here. And you can punch at any time. Everybody marveled at Muhammad Ali for knocking people out, going backwards. That's all he did was kept his stance. He was standing here knowing that you were going to leave your balance, and he'd step back here and knock guys out going backwards. He just never came out of the stance. He had no fear of their hands. Because once he dragged them out here, there was nothing on their punches. And he knew it. So he could just sit down in his stance, land punches, drop back again, pull you further and further and further out of your stance until he finally went and put you down. The placement of your rear foot is dictated by the position of your opponent. Okay? So right now you're in position. If I were to move here, that's it. If I move straight down here, boom, that's it. If I move to the outside, that's it. It is a simple objective. Don't have to make it any more complicated than that. Because as long as you have this foot on your opponent, he's jab. He's right in line with jab. So if he opens up and squares up this way, I'm right here in two boxes. Every shot he throws comes wide. You look at Larry Bird. He was the slowest guy on the court. Slowest guy, had the smallest vertical, had no quickness. His agility was almost nothing. But he sent all of these hot shots home with losses every night because his fundamentals and his basketball IQ were through the roof. He just moved correctly. He didn't have to do it faster than his opponents. He didn't have to do it freaking quicker. He didn't have to do it stronger. He just did it right. And he eliminated all of the freaking unnecessary movement and went straight to the win. You guys are great. You made Sports Center. You got all your highlights, but I'm going to take this win. I'm going back to the house. All right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the jab drill, moving. At the same time, when he throws, I want you guys to stand in here. When he throws the jab, I want you to, in your defense, step back. Step back. Okay? Because this is what you'll see a lot when the guys go to jab. Okay? If he wants to go ahead and throw that double jab, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for you to do that. If he's circling around and you throw a double jab, and I go here, the second one I take. Because you cripple yourself. That's what makes that double jab so effective. If I can throw a jab, make you stand right where you are, and I'm going to circle around and throw the next one. You're not seeing the next one. You're too busy covering up from the first one. You're expecting the next one to come right at you. So you're walking from here. Now you have the advantage that you want. Okay? And we're walking to shooting the right hand off the double jab. Because once you get this position, now you just slide over and open up and shoot now. Slide over this way. Slide over, throw the right hand, pull it right back out, pull your hip out, and you're out. Okay? All you're doing is open up long enough, throw the jab, throw the right hand, and come back out. If you get hit, this is something that I'm a real stickler for. If I stand here, you throw 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 and I get hit with all those that whole combination, that's my doggone fault. That's my fault. Because your defense is initiated with your feet. So if he throws 1, 2, 3 from here, he shouldn't hit me with the rest of those. In order to land 1, 2, 3, go, I have to stand right here and take those shots. I have to stand and take them. Most guys don't move their feet and punch. So when they throw their combinations, they throw them all from the same spot. All right? So if I'm sitting in here and he initiates the combination, I stand here. He can throw the rest of them, but he's not going to hit me. All right? If I get hit with the first shot, I'll give him credit for that one maybe, because he was quick enough to get it off. But if I get the rest of them, I got to take those. I got to stand here and invite the rest of those. Okay? So your defense and your offense is initiated from your footwork. Okay? There's nothing on his offense if he punches and I step off. I'm going to constantly get back into a better stance. So if I take one shot, I'll take that one shot, but I'm gone. I'm not letting you have the rest of it. We're going to do the same thing with the jab drill, and I want you to, we're going to slow it down. Don't go too fast with this. Slow it down. So here, I want you to throw your jab. I want your opponent to move back. Step right back in and shoot your jab. But I want you to move with your feet, not your shoulders. You pull your shoulders, you throw yourself all out of bounds. Focus on your feet. If you have your feet under you, you can bring your punches with you. If you focus on your hands, you leave your feet behind. All right? So if you want to fight with a more complete package, move from your feet. And you'll bring everything with you. Just keep in mind that anytime you move, you want to keep your feet under you. Concentrate on your hips. You have to concentrate on your hips. Now, it's a drill that I like, the drill that I was taught with, and the drill that I still teach, one of the main drills, is we had to shadow box with our eyes closed. Okay? Because from here, when you're looking at your pads, when you're looking in the mirror, when you're looking at the bag, you will focus on making contact with your hands. And when you focus on making contact, you're looking at the distance of your target, and you'll reach for it if you want to. You'll just forget about your footwork and you'll reach, because you're more concentrated on hitting and making contact than you are keeping your form. Okay? The reason why my coach used to call it the blind man stance is the way he explained it to me. He says, you ever wonder why blind people walk this way? If they hit something, they don't trip over it. We naturally walk leaning forward. That's why you see it going down the sidewalk, and maybe the sidewalk's a little uneven, and people walk, and they go right into that. Because we're leaning forward. We naturally, we are handicapped by our sight. We don't worry about whether we're off balance or not, because we can see what's in front of us. Okay? If you stand as if you can't see, you'll stand back here. If you trip over something, you'll just stop and you back up over. Okay? So he would make us work on our blind man stance. So we have to close our eyes and get down into the true boxer stance from here. And you'll throw punches, and you're more worried about your form than you are landing anything. Because from here, you're scared to lean out because you don't know, you don't know where the ground is. You don't know where anything is. You have no reference. So you're going to hold on to what you have. Right here, I know where my feet are. So I'm going to hold on to that. Because I'm not really sure of anything else. Okay? So you're going to close your eyes. And stand back here. And you're going to move in both directions. And you're going to focus on your balance. The more you do this when you're shadow boxing, with your eyes closed, you'll train your body how it's supposed to feel, where it's supposed to be, and where it's balanced. So when you start sparring, and now you're using your sight, you don't let your sight handicap you. Go back to how it feels. You miss a shot, you miss a punch, big deal. Don't leave yourself out to the counter. You miss it, you miss it. Any shot you miss, make sure it's a good shot, not this one. Okay? So if I miss a jab, I'm going to miss it from here. I'm not going to miss it from here. Okay? So you're going to throw good shots. You hit it, you land a good shot. If you miss it, you miss a good shot. Everything is thrown with the proper form. And it's harder to counter. There's so many adjustments you can make to just having the proper form. Knowing that your feet are supposed to be under. Knowing that you're supposed to be facing your opponent at an angle. And as long as you hold on to that, you're going to always have an option. You're going to always be able to pull onto something, no matter what he brings. Everybody is kind of manipulating themselves to understand they got to be tougher, they got to be meaner, the toughest guy does not always win the fight. Trust me, I've had guys at the weigh-ins and standing in the middle of the ring growling at me, showing me their teeth, the whole nine. None of it hurt. They didn't get extra credit. They didn't get points on the scorecard. They got nothing. They still had to get out there and fight. So they could growl all they want. They can be as intimidating as they want. They can have the funniest looking haircut. It doesn't matter. I'm not worried about any of that. You know, you better bring it. When the bell rings, be ready to fight. If I can outthink you and outmaneuver you, I'm going to beat you. I will refuse to lose to a dumb fighter. You understand? The proper form on the right hand, and most people will throw their right hand right here. So 1, 2, boom, right across the body. 1, 2. They throw it right across the body. The true form, the true power on that right hand, because he has to lean on his front foot to throw that. Boom, all his weight's right here. He has to throw it that way. Too far away from the floor. Too far away. He has to reach. The true power on that right hand, you stand. So the jab here, so the right hand right here. Hit the first, not so. So the right jab, right hand. Okay. So you want to open up on the right hand here. That's the true power on that right hand. But if I stand here, I miss him with it. Throw it properly. So what we do is we throw away the form and come here to the target is. But we lose power when we do that. So now we're going to go back to our footwork. Okay? So if I'm standing here and I want to throw the 1, 2, I'm going to throw the 1 here, step over, throw the 2 right here. Same power. So all you're doing is stepping right over, bam, popping in here and coming right out. So you want to slide over to drop that right hand. Because the true form on it is here. From the hip. Not throwing with your shoulder. From here, here, here. So you're going to pull over. True boxer stance. Right back with the right hand. It goes back and your shoulders and your hips come through. Okay? A lot of people say, I can't get that. Every time I step over, I can't pull back. That's because they're throwing with their shoulders. If they step over here and throw with their shoulders and lean forward, they can't pull the hip through. So you have to step over, get your true boxer stance here. Throw the right hand without leaning into it. Throw the right hand and you pull right back out. Come here. Okay? So it's an actual exercise on balance. You step off on the 1, 2 from here, you still come in here. You don't have to freaking fall in. Just pull over, shoot the right hand properly. From here, come back out. Okay?